my life, faithful to me, faithful in my life, you take care of me.
Faithful, faithful in all your ways. Faithful, faithful in all your ways. Faithful, faithful in all your ways. Faithful in all your, faithful in all your ways. I wanna stay but you won't let go. Fighting all my demons but I can't on my own. You were the one that I could lean on. You were the one that I could lean on. I know I did you wrong. I let go of it all for you. They don't know me the way you do. Show me what I'm called to. I let go of it all for you. They don't know me the way you do. Don't know how but I feel you moving. These days I feel so lonely. My ways are never sure. You came in my life, I'm so grateful. All this time you never failed on me. You're the only one I need. Thankful for everything. Even when I don't believe, I won't go if you don't come. Take it, yeah, it's too much right now. You're the only one I can trust right now. And I ain't gotta try cause I know that you are faithful, faithful in all your ways. Faithful, faithful in all your ways. Faithful, faithful in all your ways. Faithful in all your, faithful in all your ways.
Know the deepest pieces of me, yeah. Know my secrets and still you never need, no. Your love it heals us, that unconditional. This not traditional, real love. When you come through, I ain't never got a question up or feel love. Your word stands the test of time. That's why you always on my mind. This kind of love on not divine, oh wow. Faithful in all your ways, yeah.
Faithful, faithful in all your ways. Faithful, faithful in all your ways. Faithful, faithful in all your ways. Faithful in all your, faithful in all your ways.
There's only one thing that I can do.
Every day I keep falling, but then I keep calling. You never failed me once and I won't start now. I'm just trying to figure it out. Why do you stay when I let you down? You got me asking how. What can I do? Cause even when I'm far from you, I can hear you calling too. Everything you said you do, yeah, I know it is done. When I do wrong, you forgive. Even though I keep doing it, I don't ever get peace from it. You know I gotta find you somehow. I've been going on my own, yeah. I ain't felt you in so long. Now it makes sense why I'm feeling alone, yeah. Tired of the devil trying to use me. I know I'ma find a solution. Yeah, we in a war, who you choosing? I'm just trying to do what you coming to do. Use me, use me.
Faithful, faithful in all your ways. Faithful, faithful in all your ways. Faithful, faithful in all your ways. Faithful in all your, faithful in all your ways.
Faithful in my life, faithful in my life, you take care of me.
When I was just a kid, I dreamed about the life I live. Buy fancy cars and a new crib, and cruise around with all my friends, with all my friends. But I've been waking up and realizing all those things look so much different through a screen. And that type of life ain't what it seems, isn't what it seems. The designer bags are not all bad, but I'll never find my worth in that. I don't need a bunch of money, clothes, and diamond rings to be happy. Cause all the best things in life are free, so give me the simple things. I'm okay with being the outcast. I don't need a bunch of money, clothes, and diamond rings to be happy. 'Cause all the best things in life are free. So give me the simple. I don't need a bunch of money, clothes, and diamond rings to be happy. 'Cause all the best things in life are free. So give me the simple things.
We done came a long way, yeah, I mean a long way. I'm looking back on everything you done, it's amazing. Oh, I hear you calling, yeah, I hear you calling. Telling me to run to the light from the darkness. Your love wrecked my life like tsunami. I let it take me over, no, I'm waves. And they gon' give me credit, but it's not me, it's not me. I'm just surfing on your gracious.
You are my strength when I'm weak, yeah. When I fall to my knees, yeah. You lift me up. You fill my cup. Taking me over, I can see that tidal wave, yeah. Filling my cup, I have to give you all the praise, yeah. Setting me free, it's like you flipped a new page, yeah. Hit that reset, now I got a new day, yeah. Broken in your hand, I rose up again. Came out the ashes, I'm destined to win. Taking the good news into every line. You are the rock and foundation I stand. The same. Your mercy never changes. Your joy is my strength. Your goodness never changes. Great is your faithfulness. Great is your faithfulness. Is your faithfulness. Great is your faithfulness. Great is your faithfulness. Is your
You are all that matters, the one I want. Longing just to know you with all my heart. I threw my shame away, all of my sin erased. This isn't the end of the story.
Good morning.
Trust in what you say, told me I'll be okay.
Hey.
It's turning around for your glory. I know
I'ma
when
keep
the
my
fire
head.
comes, I'ma keep my head up.
Hey.
You won't let me down, let me down.
He won't let me down.
In the middle,
middle of my battle. Hey, you will never be the one to walk away.
Good morning.
Made to know you from the start.
How you guys doing this morning?
Love with
Alex
dark
Diaz.
conditions.
Bull.
Who you are.
Bullhorns this morning.
I throw my shame away, all of my sin erased. This isn't the end of the story. I trust in what you say, told me I'll be okay. It's turning around for your glory. I know when the fight comes, I'ma keep my head up.
Hey,
You won't let me down with me in the middle of my battle.
Hey,
You will never be the one to walk away. When the fight comes,
I'ma keep my head up. Hey,
you won't let me down with me in the middle of my battle.
hey,
You will never be the one to walk away.
good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you guys doing this morning? This is your boy Christian Israel, and you are tuned into Christ and Crypto in the Morning. Today is Wednesday, March 9th. It is 9 a.m. in the morning, and boy, oh boy, are these markets going. We are mooning today. Whew, just in time. Oil is on the way down, correcting. Gold is correcting. Wheat is correcting. Crypto is pumping. Is it the news? Is it the charts? A combination of both. We are going to discuss that today. Today's topics, man, all eyes on Russia as Biden signs crypto bill this morning. All eyes are on Russia. What are we doing? What's going on with oil? What's going on with CBDCs? What's going on with sanctions? What's going on in crypto? What's going on with JP Morgan? Saudi Arabia, China. We're going to touch on all of these topics on this bright Friday morning. But before we get out of here and I hit that new thing, let's just... Oh, that's not too loud for you. Just listen to that background. My middle of my battles. He's never going to be the one to walk away. That's what we're on this morning. Crypto is here. We're ready to go, and we're going to fire off this morning. A great show for you. And this crypto is popping. Let's see if you guys can do some good things this morning. So, guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and hit that intro. Let's get it. All right, good morning, everybody. Shall we go ahead and dive in and see what is going on in our top 5 this morning? There's some craziness going. Bitcoin in the last 24 hours is up 8.7%. 8.7%. Whew, I think I told you guys this was coming. It was right there. It was make or break over the last week, and even said yesterday, if this rejects down, it's going. I told you I had long set in. I told you I was watching it. I did not keep with my Luna long. I was nervous. I was like, man, that Luna, I had a little high leverage here. Let me get out of the Luna long. And then it fired up. $17. So today is a day. I'm back in. I've already shorted oil, made some money in shorting oil this morning. After the show, I'm going to get back in based on the intraday trading and see what goes on today. My goal is ready. Up 3% on XRP, up 5% on my XLM trade. So I've actually already taken profit on one XRP trade this morning and flipped that as well. So we will see what's going on because, like I said, Bitcoin is up 8.7% over the last 24 hours at $42,155. Ethereum cracked over $2,500 at $2,736, up 6.2%. BNB is still under 400 at $395 with a smaller pop at 3.2%. You see that Ethereum doubled that. Bitcoin nearly tripled that move. So Bitcoin is the big mover today. Over the last 24 hours, they're in the top couple 3. XRP is at 75.6, up 4.8%. Not too bad so far. Terra Luna was the one I just mentioned to you that had the big pop yesterday. 21.9% on the 24-hour at 98.16. Fighting that $100 resistance right now. I'm waiting for some confirmation on the break of Luna over 100, and then we will go ahead and move these money. But if you get another back test, I'm going to go. Speaking of back tests, Solana at number 6 at 87.81. So you got Bitcoin 1, Ethereum 2, BNB number 3, XRP number 4, Luna number 5, Solana right outside the top 5 at 87.81. up 5% over the last 24 hours, and Cardano in the number 7 spot at 848. Now, one thing I did notice yesterday, guys, the privacy coins have fired up. They started moving first yesterday. Let's see if I can find some categories for you here. And I'm going to go down here and look for privacy coins, and we're going to tell you the overall privacy coins. Yesterday, Monero was up way more yesterday. It had a nice big pump. It's up 17.2% over the last 24 hours. And then Zcash went 10.3%, up 17.3% over the last 7 days at 139.9. That's what we're looking at there, guys. Good pump today. So let's go ahead and dive into these charts. I still need to get me a nice little intro for the charts. The first chart I'm going to show you guys, though, is going to be euro, gold and euro. Gold to the euro. And I saw this yesterday. I was like, man, in February, it pumped up this much. And then, boom, there's your gold short right there. It hit the 3.314. As I discussed, the 414s, guys, are always some type of resistance move. Gives you a lot of indication on what's going on. So when we end up seeing things hit the 4.41 or the 3.4.4, I'm looking for that as a possible short. You can see that there. And when you're looking for a short to find your targets, guys, again, this works not just crypto, but this is pretty much across the board in trading. You find your high, then your next low, and then your next high when you are doing a fib extension to see what's going on. There's multiple ways to find resistance and points, but this is one easy way to do it to get a good idea. And right there, you see that gold is actually under the 1.414 8007 right now. This is gold to the euro. Again, I trade on a couple different platforms, but this is one of them right now that I'm really focusing on. The gold movements, gold versus other things, shorting and longing. Again, I have a serious goal that I want to hit by March 14th. So I have now ramped it in. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. And now that things are moving and pumping, we can short, we can long, get some big 2-3% moves in equities. And when you can leverage that, you can do a lot more with that. So today's goal alone is 5 figures. So we'll see if we get there. The goal is to get to 100K by March 14th. Okay, that is the goal. 100K by March 14th. People are asking. That is my personal trading goal. Why? Because I believe this will, over the next 5 days, we are going to see some green. So we have to take advantage of it and see if I'm as crazy as I think I am. But you can see here gold, which is what we want to see, the gold versus the euro begin to come back down under here. So I'm going to continue to watch this. This is on the 4-hour time frame. As you can see, there's 2 hours and 52 minutes left here. And I'm going to be checking this out. Another one I'm checking out here, guys, is our NASDAQ. Let me delete that because I was assuming with this where this may or may not play. Now, in the NASDAQ, what we saw there is that it was up 500 points in the pre-open. Okay, what they say points, I say dollars. So this is where it closed. This is where it pumped up to, and now we're having a little bit. But we had a 5-wave move down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-wave move yesterday that did not create a lower low. I do not think the NASDAQ is crashing. I think we are going to work our way back up soon with the wheat, gold, oil pop, commodities pop, retracements to the 702. We'll dive into the Dixie here in a second. With those type of trades, guys, those type of pops, normally things like NASDAQ, crypto go down. Oil go up, gold go up, wheat go up, copper go up, crypto, NASDAQ down. Okay, keep that in mind. By the way, you guys got your coffee with your Christ and crypto this morning? I hope you got your coffee. Because this is good. And I'm curious, is that really loud when I drink? Man, that's really good. Wow, that's really good. Yeah, it is. So one of the things we got when we bought the house is I bought a coffee maker. I never buy a coffee maker. My stepdad has been giving me Bunn coffee makers for the longest time because he was a factory worker in Bunn in Illinois. Like, he worked in the factory, on the floor, same job every day for 30 years, 40 years. He just recently retired last October. Thanks, crypto. So, anyway, I bought a coffee maker for the first time because he's in Tennessee and I'm in Texas now. We're no longer in the same state. And so I made one. And this is really good. And I've been making it and experimenting. And I've just got tired of spending $5, $6, $7 at a Starbucks. So I moved that money into my own investment, learned how to do it myself. And now I make pretty good coffee. No difference here in crypto. Stop giving your money to the broker. Learn to do it yourself. do your own research, be smart about it, make your own money. And that's why we're here today, not just to talk about Christ and crypto, but your overall financial standings, how to help build your money. That is the point of this. A lot of people see Christ and crypto and go running. But if you really knew what this show was about and you came and paid attention to the show, it could really help you, because I'm just showing you things that have helped me. No costs, no super chats, no all this other stuff, right? Just come on in, hang out with me, and let's do it, and let's look at these charts. And NASDAQ being one of them. So I expected a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then some kind of ABC move next, as you saw, which was drawn there before I deleted it. I was expecting some kind of A, B, C, something like this, right? So we will see if that's the case, because then we go A, B, C, and then what we would hopefully not be a 5-wave move down, but then followed by another A, B, C, something like that, right? And then you start to get, I'm just messing with this right now, then you start to get a little breakdown here, low pattern, something like this, right? Something like along the lines of that starts to build where we can have a breakout. Now, this could actually immediately break out here a lot sooner than that, but that's what I'm expecting, is some sort of breakout after another correction over the weekend, then maybe a weekend breakup. Again, this can be a big, big week for a lot of people if you play your cards right. And I see oil trying to go ahead and test back down to 116. I actually shorted it from 129 yesterday, 129.5 down to 119 this morning. And that was pretty good. Oil is moving like crypto right now. Speaking of crypto, this is what Bitcoin did. So this is where we were for Bitcoin yesterday. We talked about this. I said out of 70% of the time, remember 70 to 30. I think I gave you guys this stat multiple times. 70 to 30% of the time, when we see this section right here, it breaks down. Well, it did break down, which is good. The only thing is it did not continue to break down. What happens is it did its breakdown here and back and went back into here. And then once we pass a certain amount, it's going to break up. And I know that sounds crazy, but that's what we look at, okay? So if we get to, again, 70-30, so right here, whoop, 70% of that thing, once, if it goes here and it actually breaks down, you're looking at a continuation of a breakdown. Sometimes this happens in a wave, right? A wave 4, okay? Sometimes that happens in a wave 4. However, this case, we got on the 5, this is the 5 minute. It did break down, but it could not break down because of fundamentals of what we have talked about multiple times, guys, on this show, that if certain things break down, we are going to go lower. So it could absolutely not break lower than this 3709 right now, because if it did, that would consider a clear rejection off the 0.5, which means we would be going lower. Excuse me. Lower than 35, and that's what we were on the watch yesterday for, guys, that if it did break below this, we're done. I also said 39,600. We had to break above to go ahead and continue the bull run. Well, look, about 10 o'clock last night, we came back and touched my green line, which we discussed yesterday, and fired up. I mean, fired out of there. Now, I got to wake up early in the mornings. So, yeah, the whole kid thing. So I got to wake up in the morning and do the dad thing, right? But this, however, is exactly how it played out. I mean, you got two fake outs here. Look, the breakout. Okay. But however, what you see here is really a double bottom. And then it plays out. So I'm not mad about that whatsoever. We want to kind of check to see, though, how much we have left in this move. So we're going to go ahead and do this top to bottom. We'll do that and see where this hit. Okay, so the fib on the top to bottom move right here on this basic move went straight to the 2.236. May have another slightly move to another $400 up today. But we are at the, oh, wow, we are exactly at my level right here. And this is a level we need to watch because, again, this is the 0.5 level that we keep running up against. Now, here's my biggest issue when you keep running into these 0.5 levels, guys. Okay? These 0.5 levels are all about the continuation of moving. Same like the 4.4, same like the 0.414. Okay, when I say 0.5, that is 50%, or 4.14, that is 41.4% of the move, just kind of how it's measured, just to let you know. So I have really been watching a couple areas, and you see how these two are over. Now, if I zoom this way out, okay, you see there's a lot of crap in here. Okay, but one thing you have is this yellow. You got this yellow box, and then you got this red box there, okay? So when I have that, that means that's a big area of confluence that I'm looking for. So the 2.414 is right there. The 50 is right here. So this area, again, for Bitcoin is a lot of resistance, okay? Also, on the 2 hour, the RSI is up above 70, so we want to watch that. We got oil also down on the RSI. We got NASDAQ down. So we will see something is going to happen here on a move. With that big violent crypto move, I wouldn't be surprised to see it continue moving. But again, as I told you guys yesterday, this spot right here was our key to break. It broke and fired up, which I'm really excited about. It fired directly to our next resistance, which if this breaks up, then we're on our way to go ahead and finish this out. Now, remember what I said. This could be long and grueling, but however, if this fires up to 50 to 55K. We're done at 58K for Bitcoin. Nothing higher. That's what I believe. I'll be shorting at Bitcoin at 58,000. 100% shorting. I would love to see that happen this week because I'm going to short it hard. But I'm expecting a long, grueling retracement because of that breakdown over the weekend. Kind of messed some things up, but we could see this fire up could be positive. It could have been a complete fake out. Again, I'm not a market mover. I do not move the markets. I can only play these markets and see and show what the markets show me. So every day this could change. You've got larger time frames that I try to be very careful about, right? Smaller time frames show the moves immediately, but if you always zoom out and look at the larger picture, and I'm going to do this, and you look at the larger picture, this is a 6 hour. You can kind of see a lower low, lower high, going up, lower, I'm sorry, higher low, higher low, higher low, high, lower high, lower high. We're squeezing. See that? We are squeezing right now. It looks like to be heading towards possibly an April squeeze. Now, nickel yesterday also fired off really high and actually had a short squeeze yesterday in the nickel market in the UK. What caused them to cut down to stop their markets yesterday? Let me make sure you guys can hear me. Yeah, okay. Let's make sure I can be heard. All right, so yeah, this is the Dixie here. Right here. This is the Dixie. We talked about this yesterday. I said that the Dixie always comes down and breaks the parabolic curve, and it will come up and eventually try to back test this. We got a double bottom here, which we saw, right, in May, playing out, or June, May, and this is actually when crypto winners started. Bitcoin started its bear market right here. So this was the bull run. Here, bull run, correction, retrace on the market, and now crypto has been going down on the dollar index as the dollar index goes up. However, this little difference right here, and I'm going to zoom in. We can only do 1 day. This little lovely bear right here went to the market. See that? That's what we're paying attention to. That small correction right there. That small red candle on the daily is why crypto pumps. When the Dixie goes down, crypto pumps. Oil down, crypto up. Oil up, crypto down. NASDAQ down, crypto down. NASDAQ down, Bitcoin down. NASDAQ up, Bitcoin up. Are you seeing the correlation? Something I've really noticed recently. So as Bitcoin is marked up and is completely taken, for me, is taken on that move, took 30,000 off a table in a quick move anyway, and moved on to a possible another move. This was a larger move that I am looking at, so you guys can see on the Bitcoin scale what I am looking at for Bitcoin, and it is playing out. I've drawn this for a while. Again, I saw here November down to here. That's your A. Now we're working on our B wave up to 50,000 possibly. Again, would not be afraid to go all the way to 57,000. but we're really looking around that area right there, and then begin to turn back around and head towards 20, if not lower, $1,000 there. So that's what I'm expecting, not just in Bitcoin, but in others. You see Quant came back down on top of that 702 right there, guys, which is really important. Worked its way, bounced right off that SRI down here, worked its way up, bounced off 111 yesterday. But here's the thing, it's now hitting a 0.5, so everything has a lovely, beautiful bounce today. But my concern on this, guys, is it's all running directly into resistance with oil bottoming out on a short time RSI. So again, the goal here is to make money however you make money. We watch all markets, and what we do is called counter trading. I love counter trading now that I've really noticed the correlation in the markets. If you can be long on one thing, I'm long on crypto over here, but then I can short other things or long other things on my two other platforms. So this is what we're looking at. We want to go across all boards and look at everything, right? The other thing I wanted you guys to look at, let's see, we talked about Luna yesterday. Here was a Luna move, okay? I don't think I have pivots or anything on in this. That's okay. This was our Luna move yesterday, and we'll start from the top. We'll see where we are for the Luna resistance. Just go a quick fib. We broke the 1-to-1, back test the 0.5. To me, this is going to at least 128. You got to break the 103, though. Here's the key. You got to break the 1-to-1, because the 1-to-1 could be a double tap on the top. If it rolls over, then you could be coming back down to test 68 cents, $68. Again, a lot of this is what you're seeing, because if I look real quick on this daily, okay, on the daily right now, I see 1, 2, 3, 4. I see a fifth wave working out. Yeah, this is going to head to possibly 128. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah. At least, yeah, I say 128. I'm definitely probably going to jump in along here after the show if we got some confirmation. So that's my confirmation here is the break of 103. A nice candle close above 103, and I can jump in for another $20 move on Luna. Look for that to happen after the intraday based on what happens. Again, oil is coming back down to try to test the 1.14, which is 116.94. Let's see if I can get a copy and paste for you real quick so you can see what is happening. And I'm going to go ahead and just throw that on there. We're going to leave that chart alone. Leave that Luna chart just so you can see. Oh, no. What do we want to do? What chart is that? That's the live chart. So we're going to go here and go to Brent oil. That's what we're going to, guys. And then we're going to move on to the actual news. And this is the Black Bull. Boom. Now we're going to move down to the 5-minute auto. Okay. So this is a possible move playing out right now on the larger scale. The move that I got in was this short here. To 29. Came down. I got out right around here. But now, based on it breaking lower than my original move, I have retested and set up my fibs for oil specifically. So now that we see oil, go ahead and making this retrace. We could be looking at a 116 move down here. We're now in range territory for oil. So we wait for that to break out. There's also an S4 weekly pivot that it hit. So this small bounce is expected, but we just had a massive, massive move for oil overall. As you can see, this was oil. Whew, straight up. So as we wait to see what happens there, we let that break down and let everything else play itself out and go from there. How you guys feeling this morning? Are you guys face melting this morning? Are you feeling confident about your crypto? I mean, things are moving. Things are moving, and we're going to jump into some news and try to keep it quick this morning. It's already 9:24. It is already 9:24. I mean, Bitcoin sitting at $42,173 and Ethereum at 2738. BNB at number 3 spot at 395.39. XRP at 75.5. Terra Luna at 99.1. We are watching that mark because resistance, $100. Whole numbers are resistance. So we're just watching that. Solana at 87.68 and Cardano in the number 7 spot at 84.4. So that's what we're looking at right now as we're getting ready to break into some of the news. So guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and hit some breaking news. Let's go. Okay. Breaking news. Breaking news. I'm sure you've all heard this by now. If you're up, if you have a heartbeat, if you've turned on the radio, have opened your Twitter this morning, you know this is what's going on. President Biden to sign an executive order. I'm pretty sure he already signed it, but is to sign one. Okay, on digital assets, including cryptocurrencies. And then it's going to go here, blah, 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 blah. All right. Specifically, the executive order calls for measures to, okay, protect U.S. customer investors and businesses. I'm not going to call BS right off the bat, but let's see. By directing Department of Treasury, here we go, and other agencies, agency partners to assess, develop policies, recommendations to address implications of the growing digital asset sector and changes in financial markets for consumers, investors, businesses, and equitable economic growth. The order also encourages regulators to ensure sufficient oversight and safeguard against systematic financial risks posed by digital assets. Watch out, exchanges. Here's another one. Protect U.S. and global stability and mitigate systemic risk by encouraging the Financial Stability Oversight Council. Okay, so this is who the Financial Stability Oversight Council to identify and mitigate economy-wide financial risk proposed by digital assets, to develop appropriate policy recommendations to address any regulatory gaps. Number 3, mitigate the illicit finance and national security risks posed by the illicit use of digital assets by directing an unprecedented focus on coordinated actions across all relevant U.S. government agencies to mitigate these risks. It also directs agencies to work with our allies, partners to ensure international frameworks, capabilities, and partnerships are aligned and responsive to risks. Promote U.S. leadership in technology and economic competitiveness to reinforce U.S. leadership in the global financial system. So you've got Department of Commerce here to work across the U.S. government in establishing a framework, U.S. competitiveness and leadership, blah, 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 blah. Here's another one. Promote equitable access to safe and affordable financial services. Okay, let's see. The Secretary of Treasury, working with all relevant agencies, will produce a report on the future of money and payment systems to include implications for economic growth, financial growth, and inclusion, national security, and the extent to which technology innovation may influence that future. Here's another one. Support technology advances and ensure responsible development by and use of use of digital assets. Now here's your big one here. Explore a U.S. central bank digital currency by placing urgency on research. Now, here's the thing. Exploring, they've been doing a digital project for the longest time. The longest time. Digital dollar project. And maybe we'll go into that tomorrow. We'll go into what the digital dollar project is tomorrow. That might make sense for this now that this is here. The order directs the U.S. government. Here we go. Boom. To assess the technological infrastructure and capacity needs for potential U.S. CBDC in a manner that protects Americans' interests. The order also encourages the Federal Reserve to continue to research development and assess efforts for a U.S. CBDC, including development for a plan for a broader U.S. government action in support of their work. Their effort prioritize the U.S. participation in multi-country. Oh, man. Here it is. This effort prioritizes U.S. participation in multi-country experimentation and ensures U.S. leadership I just missed my spot. And ensures U.S. leadership internationally to promote CBDC development that is consistent with U.S. priorities. Let me go ahead and do this. This is your key right there. Now I'm going to go ahead and throw this in here just so people can see that. Okay. All right. So here are your keys. All of that to say we're going to keep researching. Now, what's my concern is they're still behind. I don't care what people here say. This is nothing. Hi, Treasury Department, do something. The SEC, they're going to do some research too. And we're going to do our due diligence, guys. Come on, man. Come on. This is how much due diligence they are. You want to know how much due diligence they are? They did so much due diligence that the statement by the Secretary of the Treasury, Janet Yellen, was released early and then taken off the website. And here it is, though. You see how that says press release? This is way back machine from this morning. They took this off. So I don't know if it's back up yet now. Let me see. If I click on this link, is it back up? Oh, yeah. They took it down. Now it's back up. Oh, that's still the way back time machine. It doesn't matter. So here's what she says. This released early, so everyone knew it. Everyone was able to buy the news outside of people who were already hodling, right? And Luna just broke that level. Let me go here. I'm going to back it up. I'm looking at my Luna right now. Where are you at, Luna? Boom. Luna is trying to break this level right now as we play it out. As I come over here, give me 1 second. I see Luna trying to break it out. But oil is also moving up at the same time. So we will see oil and Luna, we're moving up a little bit together. We got some divergence here. The RSI here is lower here. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, so back to that executive order. It says President Biden's, says here, President Biden's executive order calls for a coordinated comprehensive approach to digital asset policies. Yeah, I gotta let me draw on this one. This approach will support responsible innovation that could result in the substantial benefits of the nation, consumers, and businesses. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, this work will complement ongoing efforts by the Treasury. Already, the department has worked with the President's Working Group on Financial Markets, the FTC, the Office of the Comptroller, the OCC, to study one particular kind of asset, stablecoins. That's where they're coming after. There's your key, stablecoins, okay? Where are you at? Don't you love when these things happen? There you go. And I want to, I was just trying to highlight this. And now you want to highlight. There we go. That's all I wanted. Says this work will complement, stablecoins. Already read that. It says, under the executive order, Treasury and interagency partners will build upon the recently published national risk assessment, which identify key illicit financing risks associated with digital assets. Criminal crimes. That's all they care about. Criminal crimes. I'm putting that in my little group here, my WhatsApp group. Save that stuff. Fair, so they say, right? They say level playing field, so they say. So how do we get to a level playing field? Right? We got the president signing the executive order, digital assets. Hey, look this way. But what's really going on? And here's one of it. Right? Why am I shorting and longing oil? Why is our gas prices up? Well, in Bloomberg article today, the UK plans to ban Russian oil imports in new sanctions move. You said this at the UK? The US is also doing it. They also banned yesterday when he signed the executive orders, Biden, any new contracts. Not old, but new. And it says here, imports of oil refined products will to be phased out by the end of 2022. Do you see it happening? Moving the pendulum. UK acts in concert with US. Ban won't apply to natural gas. They are telling you, we're going to go into this. We're going to continue to go. Okay? Oil being banned. So if you're going to start, come on. We have to see what's becoming rare for people now. Right? This is what we're watching. All this going around the world to try to do that. And this is one of those things we are watching right now. By end of 2022, are you guys paying attention? Are you paying attention? 1/3 of UK diesel imports come from Russia. Banning Russian oil will put a lot of pressure on you and I. Why? Because that affects truckers. Truckers don't have electric cars. So therefore, shipping goes up, cost goes up, inflation, gas, everything's going to continue to go up. The more they ban Russia, banning oil in Russia does not hurt Russia. I'm going to tell you that right now. It hurts you and I. It hurts you and I. And there's a lot of people like, I'll pay $15 for gas. Just, Russia's war criminals. I'll just leave it right there. What's really going on? The ban on oil, natural gas, they're not really doing that. Think about it. Well, think about it. I could just show you. Shout out to our Telegram group. This is some Axios. Senators look to lock down Russia's gold reserves. Man, oil, which was kind of known as black gold, now they're coming after what the world calls God's money. Gold. It says here, a bipartisan group of senators is introducing a bill to prevent Russia from liquidating gold to withstand Biden sanctions. That means they're trying to keep them from liquidating their own gold. Are you guys watching? Their own gold? Why does it matter? The sanctions against Russia have frozen the country's foreign exchange assets, but its stockpiles of gold could be a lifeline. A measure to close the loophole is yet another indication Congress is looking to get ahead of the Biden administration on punitive measures against Russia. The details. The bill introduced by Senator Angus King, John Corwin from Texas, Bill from Tennessee, Bill Hagerty from Tennessee, Maggie Hassan from New Hampshire. So this seems to be bipartisan. You got an independent, 2 Republicans, and a Democrat. And the thing is to target Russia's ability to sell gold reserves. It would apply secondary sanctions to any American entities knowingly transacting with or transporting gold from Russia's central bank holdings or selling gold physically or electronically in Russia. The goal is to include the legislation in the omnibus spending bill that the lawmakers hope to pass Friday. That's another one. I'm going to go ahead and do this real quick. And I'm going to put that in my Telegram group too. All right, this says Russia holds $132 billion in gold reserves. $132 billion in gold reserves. That's a lot. Ever since 2014, when Russia was slapped by 2014. Who's that? That's Obama. 2014. When President Obama was in, the U.S. slapped new sanctions on Russia for its invasion for Crimea. Man, that's crazy. Russia has done 2 invasions in the last 20 years. Biden, Obama. Both of them were in office. Biden's been in office both times. Wonder what it is. What they're saying, Russia's massive gold supply is one of the few remaining assets that Putin can use to keep his country economically from falling even further. Russia has taken a page out of Venezuela's book by exploiting a loophole in current sanctions that allows them to launder money through purchases and sale of gold. Now they're laundering money through gold, and also it's illegal to launder money through crypto. It's illegal to launder money through anything but the U.S. dollar. Who are you, America? You don't use the U.S. dollar, you are committing world crimes. Money laundering because you don't use the U.S. dollar. What is the U.S. dollar backed by? Because it sure in heck isn't the gold that Russia's buying. It says here, the U.S. and our allies must be steadfast in standing up to Russia aggression and ensure that we can block any escape hatch Putin has in getting around the full weight of our sanctions. They want to control your money. Period. And they're showing you how they're going to do it. This is why it's important to get off the SWIFT system. Why it's important to understand what you're investing in, because $600, they're coming for you. I mean, you think America's bad? I mean, you think Russia's bad? America's doing something way worse than this. But here's what Russia just put. Just like China, according to Reuters, Russian central banks impose $10,000 limit on foreign cash withdrawals. So Russia doesn't want you using any foreign currency, but America is only wanting you to use foreign currency. Explain that one to me. Do you see what's happening? America's getting the whole world to say Russia only needs to use US dollars, not gold, not digital assets, not the euro, nothing. Crash the euro. Crash the ruble. That's what they're trying to do, the ruby. So Russia said, okay, well, we don't want it anyway. Banks can't even sell hard currency. This is insane. Do you see what's going on around here? I haven't even asked people to hit the like button today. If you come around and you made it this long, you've made it this far, you're 9:40 in. This is your boy Christian Israel, and you are tuned into Christ and Crypto in the morning. Every Monday through Friday, 9 a.m., we come to you, not talk about Christ and crypto, but just financial news around the markets, world things that move the world markets. Get you right spiritually, financially, just kind of the right mind track for the day. Always focused on Lord, always focused on God, no matter what we see in these charts, no matter what we see in this news. But some of this news can be very, very upsetting. Because, like, for real, the bank, which earlier in the day announced a series of steps to help financial market players hit by foreign sanctions, said in a statement that regardless of what foreign currency clients held in their accounts, withdrawals will be paid in U.S. dollars. No, something's not right here. Russia's central bank on Tuesday announced citizens with foreign currency accounts would not be allowed to withdraw more than $10,000 until September 9th. Okay, now let's fast forward. The bank, which earlier in the day announced a series of steps to help financial markets players hit by foreign sanctions, said in a statement that regardless of what foreign currency clients held in their accounts, withdrawals would only be paid in the U.S. dollar. Now tell me why. Doesn't that sound interesting? Why would you do that? I'm going to have to dig more into this why. If someone has a why here, help me understand this why. So you can't do more. They're banning them from using US dollars, but gold. They don't want the hard money. Oh, I got the answer. Russia says, we're not going to give you hard money. You can only take your money out in US dollars. So if you want money, you take it in US dollars. In other words, Russia is betting that the US dollar is getting ready to crash. That's Russia's bet. Do you see that? Russia's central bank will only give you US dollars if you withdraw in a max of $10,000. Now, $10,000 US is a heck of a lot of rubles. But they believe it's going down. You think oil and stuff, you're like, yeah, it's Russia's fault. It's Russia's fault. It's Russia's fault. Well, ladies and gentlemen, your U.S. Energy Secretary went live yesterday on Bloomberg. And I actually watched this. It's a 10-second clip. Just watch how she responds.
What is the Granholm plan to increase oil production in America?
Oh my God. That is hilarious.
What is the Granholm plan to increase oil production in America?
Oh my God. That is hilarious.
What is the...
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Do you see the issue? Let's play another clip from her.
How many barrels of oil? There are various figures about this, so I'm curious if you know, how many barrels of oil does the U.S. consume per day?
I don't have that number in front of me.
So some suggest it's about 18 million, which would suggest you're releasing less than 3 days' worth of supply from the petroleum reserve. There are various figures about this, so I'm...
Do you see? Are you watching? Hey, what's up, Alex? And Roach Johnson. What do you say here? Ban. Oh, language you're using is some type of exploit. Look that phrase up on. Oh, okay. I'm not going to look it up, but we're going to go ahead and trust Alex. And I'm going to, we're going to put that user in a timeout. And then we're going to remove that message because I'm going to trust what you said there. We're going to put that person in a timeout. Thank you there, I've seen a couple of those come in with that language, and I just haven't Googled it. I just left it alone because I have no idea. I don't speak Russian, so I don't know what it is, or whatever language that is. I don't speak it. So neither do these guys. Actually, they don't. They obviously don't speak your language because she laughs at you. They don't pay attention, and they don't care. You know who cares about what's really going on? China. They're going to profit from this. Chinese companies that aid Russia could face U.S. repercussions. Uh-oh. So China is going to help Russia. China is already helping Russia. China is with Russia. We've discussed this. We've already discussed this issue. Right? Give me 1 second. Just watching the charts. You got XRP at 76.4 right now and moving up. So we've got a good green day so far. So now it says here, Gina Raimondo, the Commerce Secretary, said the U.S. could take devastating action against Chinese companies that defy Russian sanctions. So, hey, we're America. Follow us. If you don't do what we want, we're going to come after you. However, don't do what we say. Just don't do what we do, or don't do what we say. Just don't do whatever, but do what we say, but don't. That's America right now. Like, I can't even get there around the world. China is watching Taiwan right now. They're watching how the U.S. responds from Russia, Ukraine, because China wants to take over the Taiwanese territory, just like Russia has been wanting to take over Ukraine for years now. Nobody wanted to do anything during Trump's administration. Why? Because Trump said he will bring the fire. Biden said he'll bring the sanctions. Sanctions don't work anymore. You know why? Crypto. They can move it around, and that's what you're seeing this morning. Okay, you're going to ban it? We're going to go ahead and just move on around. We're going to move just right around it. I know that sounds crazy. You know why it sounds crazy the Chinese can do that? Because America, our president, I mean, it's not our president, American's president, the president of the United States. I didn't vote for him. I don't know if you vote for him, but he's still the president of the United States. Okay? Still going to respect the president of the United States. Right now, he does not respect our pockets. And here's why. We're getting rid of Russian oil. We're refusing to do the Keystone Pipeline or anything in America that will release our oil reserves. We have a bunch of oil reserves in this country, and we have other ways to get oil to help you and I out who pay gas. Their response is go get a Tesla, go spend $60,000, $70,000 on an electric car. Well, what about those people who work a 9 to 5 making $12 an hour every day that have to drive to work? If you live in a large city, you're sitting an hour of traffic a day each way, easily a quarter of a tank of gas a day. A little closer than that. If you live in a large city, that's what it looks like. When I lived in Chicago, I would sit in traffic for hours a day. Driving from Aurora, coming down, I'd sometimes jump on the blue line and come down for school. But if you sat in gas, that's expensive. And back then, Obama was in office, and actually gas prices look just like it did right now when Obama was in office. Take out Obama, put Trump in office, gas went down. Loved it. Allowed the economy to thrive, allowed it where we are. We get hit with COVID. China does the COVID thing. All the lies all over the place. COVID happens for 2 years. A lot of us get screwed over. All of a sudden, we start fighting the C-19 vaccine things. We start to go. Super Bowl happens. Everybody in the Super Bowl is not wearing a mask. People are like, what's going on? You got kids wearing masks. You got all the athletes not wearing masks. People are on the other side. Then you get to choose. Well, then we learn that COVID-19 vaccines aren't really any good. They're no efficient. They don't work. They don't help. They don't hurt. They just put you in there, and every time you get in there, you got shedding and mRNA, and we can keep going and going and going. Anyway, theory, conspiracy, all happen to be true. When all these things come to light that they're true, now we're in a war. Look right, look left, look right, look left. Stay distracted. And while they're doing that, we're going to go to our enemies and ask the Saudis and Venezuela for oil. But here's the thing. The Saudi and the Emirati leaders, they don't want to talk to Biden because they're a part of BRICS. They're with Russia and China and Brazil and India and South Africa. You're seeing it all come together. Canuck, Canada, right? The UK and Australia, all together. I thought I had Wall Street Journal. Do I not have Wall Street Journal? I don't have the Wall Street Journal. I thought I had that. I should have done the zero hedge The Cyril Edge article there breaks it down. Anyway, they're going to Venezuela. They're going to Saudi. They're going to our enemies versus going here at home. Here at home. What do you want to do? Well, this is what Thailand's doing. Crypto tax. 7%. It's not bad. It's not bad. I'll take 7% and exempt, 15% withholding tax. I'm okay with that. But are you watching what's going on around the world? And I know I showed you the other day, and then we're going to start to close out. I showed you the other day. The Ethereum consensus, JP Morgan connections. Well, I saw this yesterday, and shout out to JV the Great, his Twitter. He put this up yesterday. 22 seconds of why JP Morgan hates Ripple. And I was like, oh, okay. That's not so bad. Let's give that a listen.
For pushing and also a lot of money attached to those settlements.
For sure. So we have over 100 banks working with Ripple today around the world. I think the vast majority of banks, like 99.9% of banks, actually are paying other banks, the kind of the global money center banks like JP Morgan or Citibank, to make those settlements. So a lot of the banks are very excited about democratizing how these global payments flow.
For pushing and
One more
also
time.
a lot of money attached to those settlements.
For sure. So we have over 100 banks working with Ripple today around the world. I think the vast majority of banks, like 99.9% of banks, actually are paying other banks, the kind of the global money center banks like JP Morgan or Citibank, to make those settlements. So a lot of the banks are very excited about democratizing how these global payments flow.
Do you see that? That's why. Because Ripple is working with all the banks that normally have to pay the JP Morgans, the Goldman Sachs, the HSBCs, the basically banking cartel. There you go. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. Good morning, Bullish. It's good to see you, brother. That's all you need to know right there. How are you guys doing, man? A lot of news this morning, a lot of things going on. Are you watching? Are you paying attention? Explore. You know what that says? They wrote that to explore, but we know that they have been exploring for a very long time. And we're tomorrow, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to show you. I've talked about this before. I'm going to break some things down. Tomorrow, guys, we're going to talk about the digital dollar. And then I'm going to bring up the CARES Act. I'm going to write it down right now. And then HB House Bill 666. I think that's what I'm going to bring up tomorrow. The digital dollar, CARES Act, HB 666, which is the House Bill 666. And I'm going to show you those things. I'm going to show you. So when they say explore a U.S. central bank digital currency, a U.S. CBDC, this is what we're going to look at tomorrow. Besides that, that's pretty much the show for the day. That's the show for the day. I want to, I always close this out. If this is your first time coming by, this is Christ and Crypto in the morning. Every morning, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. First 50 minutes or so, we talk economics, finance, crypto, world politics, wars, anything going in this word. And then the last 5-10 minutes, I just dive in. I give you a quick word from the scriptures because new creation is set on 1 Corinthians 5:7. Right? When you are in Jesus, you are a new creation. That is what New Creation Capital stands for. You are a new creation. And the reason I'm in this space is strictly because of the scriptures. I'm just checking something real quick. Making sure. Yep. NASDAQ is go ahead and running up. It's now over the S2 at 39.6. So we should see a nice little recovery here. Going to be a good day. Now I just want to finish this out for you guys and close us out on the morning. As you guys know, this is from 1 Corinthians. And I'm going to start at chapter 1, verse 25. I lied. I'm going to start at chapter verse 20. This is interesting for my own show here. Where is the one who is wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the debater of this age? Has not God made foolish the wisdom of the world? For since in the wisdom of God, the world did not know God through wisdom, it pleased God through the folly of what we preached to save those who believe. For Jews demanded signs, Greeks seek wisdom, and we preach Christ crucified, a stumbling block to Jews and folly to Gentiles. But to those who are called, both Jews and Greeks, Christ the power of God and the wisdom of God. For the foolishness of God is wiser than men, and the weakness of God is stronger than men. For considering your calling, brothers, not many of you were wise according to worldly standards. Not many were powerful, not many were of noble birth, but God chose what is foolish in the world to shame the wise. God chose what is weak in the world to shame the strong. God chose what is low and despised in the world, even things that are not, to bring to nothing things that are, so that no human being might boast in the presence of God. And because of him, you are in Christ Jesus, who became to us wisdom from God, righteousness and sanctification and redemption. So that, as it is written, let the one who boasts in the Lord. And how good is our God? I boast in the Lord. I search for the Lord as often as I can. I still struggle in all of my relationships. I talk about this every day, and all of my everyday deeds. Just because I became a believer in Christ, the world did not become clear. It just became clearer. It became clear because now I have the eyes that Christ has given. The scales have fallen off. So now I see my own sins. Now I see my own struggles. And I struggle with that because I see those. And I'm sure you do too. Everyone who's trying to be better every day, 1% better, take a step forward. Every single day you look in the mirror and you go, not today, Satan. I'm not going to struggle today. Because we know every day there's a struggle. We drive the car. People drive like crap. Struggle. Late to work. Red lights. Food not good. Struggle. Maybe you can't pay the bills. Maybe your relationship is broken. Maybe you miss a friend. Maybe you lost a partner. Maybe God has given you all the riches in the world. Either way, whatever you boast on, boast in the Lord. Where I am weak, he is strong. And in his weakness, his strength shows through. Now, what do I mean by that? I'll let you think about it. In God's weakness, his strength shows through. Is that a human take on it? I'm going to meditate on that. That just came. I'm going to meditate on that today. Because I'm not really sure what I even mean by God's weakness. Because to me, God's not weak. If God is weak, it's because I see him as weak. And therefore, there might be weakness in me that has caused me to doubt my Lord. Man, that's some insight there for you today. But one thing for sure, in all things that we do, in all that we say, and all that we are, give all glory to God. No matter what these charts are, no matter how much money you will make in this market. We are on our way. We will hodl, but make sure that you keep your faith first, your family right behind that, then everything else. God, family, everything else. Easier said to do, though, right? But in the meantime, that's where we are. I love you guys so much. What a wonderful show today. I hope you guys get a chance to follow along, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell to make sure you get notified when I go live. Besides that, guys, it's pretty much the end of the show. Love you guys so much. Thanks for Alex coming out, the Bull, and Leo, who's going to blow up the comments and the Twitters later. At New Creation Cap across the board. Make sure you follow along. Besides that, I think, guys, we can get out of here. Until tomorrow, this is your boy Christian Israel. This is Christ in Crypto in the Morning. I love you guys so much. Please be safe. Please come join me tomorrow. And in the meantime, I love you. God bless. And I'll catch you tomorrow. Later, guys. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Please make sure you like, subscribe, share this video, subscribe to this channel, and do the thing that people do on social media. At Twitter, at TikTok, New Creation Capital. Let us know, guys. Thanks so much. I hope you guys have a great day. Later, guys.
Although you brought me out of certain circumstances, right now it's crazy. I remember being here before, glad I trusted you, like I'm trusting in you now. My life, all the praise to you for all the things you do. Good to me, can't forget all the things that you've done. Looking for the things that's to come. I lift my hands. If you give me half a second, I might.